What's up, Fearless Nation? This is Stacy Dash, and if you're into heavyweight boxing, then you have to check out Jay's Theory. He covers everything inside the ring and outside the ring, completely unbiased. So subscribe today. Peace. Hello, boxing aficionados. This is Stacy Dash, and welcome to NWJ, the world's most dangerous boxing page. At a time where truth is dangerous, Jay pulls no punches. So get your hands up and keep swinging. And don't forget, subscribe. Peace.
UFC 270. Did my first UFC live over with Andrew Tucker on Andrew Tucker World. Go subscribe to his platform. We had a great night. Really enjoyed UFC 270. In fact, I paid $75. I wanted to see it so bad. When the big boys get in there, I want to see it. And since we never got Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, this was like a UFC version. Cyril Gane was the more well-rounded fighter, and Ngannou had that big eraser. And if you haven't seen it, there's a documentary I watched the other night called The Violent Path or Journey of Francis Ngannou. Shows how he went from, I think it's Karamoon or something like that in Africa, how he had to go through the Sahara Desert just to get to France, and the truck is speeding through the Sahara Desert. They say it's like over 150 degrees during the day, around 20 at night, and the truck is just speeding. They say you got to hold on tight. If you fall off, they just leave you. And then it's just all this stuff he had to go through. He had to hop 3 fences, and each one was different. If you landed one, you landed a bunch of barbed wire. So the dude was focused, but he eventually, if you get caught, you have to start all over. He was bleeding and stuff. Eventually, he got to France. First day, went to the gym, and he wanted to be a boxer. And his trainer, who now trains Cyril Gane, told him, well, if you need money, the fastest route would be to go the MMA route, UFC. And he's like, what's MMA? I never, because he saw a tape of Mike Tyson, and excuse me, and he was like, wow, he was really impressed with Mike Tyson. And so he wanted to be a boxer, and he still does. He talked about fighting Tyson Fury. But you see where Francis Ngannou gets his toughness from, all that stuff. I picked Cyril Gane to win tonight. After watching that documentary, I almost changed my pick because I was like, man, now I see why he's so tough, all that stuff he went through. And even his trainer, they showed when he came in the gym, he hit the pads, and the trainer's like, it almost threw his shoulder out the socket. He's like, this dude has a different kind of power like he's never felt. Francis Ngannou, much respect to that dude. All the stuff he had to go through to get where he's at. And so fast, too. Not much experience. This dude started just KOing people, just rushing them. Didn't matter how many years of experience you had. He's just like, oh, experience? Well, I had hardships. Take that. Anyway, UFC 270 tonight. I picked Cyril Gane. I thought Cyril Gane won, or at least got a draw, because he was hitting Ngannou with shots he hasn't gotten before. He was hitting him with spinning leg kicks. That Muay Thai was like definitely coming into effect. He was spinning leg kicks. He caught him with some shots. And it started to gas Ngannou, who came in at 257, and Cyril Gane weighed 247. Even though I thought Cyril Gane looked like the thicker guy, maybe Ngannou, a lot of his weight is in his legs, but he had 10 pounds on Cyril Gane. They used to spar together, like I said in another video, and Cyril Gane has Ngannou's former trainer. I just thought Cyril Gane was landing the effective shots, which was gassing Ngannou. He didn't just gas because he was 257. He's used to being around that weight, 260. He was getting gas from those kicks to the sternum. But, there's a lot of people out there that know more about UFC than me. There was one guy on the Andrew Tucker World that said Ngannou was the first heavyweight to defend his title. I said, no, I don't think so. I think Miocic did it. And he said, oh, you're a freshman. I didn't know what I was talking about. Looked it up. It said Miocic won his title and defended it 4 times. I knew that didn't sound right. I'm like, UFC been around since the 90s, so how could he be the only heavyweight to have defended his title? I knew that wasn't right, so I looked it up. Sure enough, this freshman, as you called it, was right. This freshman got it right. Now who's the freshman, homie? Anyway, I thought Cyril Gane, if not won the fight, at least got a draw. To me, all Francis Ngannou basically did was take him down and then rest. I mean, he landed some shots, but it ain't like Cyril Gane was ever any imminent danger. And one thing I didn't like, though, at the end of the fight, that Ngannou threw up his hands and Cyril Gane's body language, he looked like he thought he lost. But they need to run that back. I know Ngannou's talking about fighting Tyson Fury, which definitely wouldn't be good because I know MMA and UFC is different with the gloves and the stances because they prepare to kick. Their stance is a little different than boxers, but I saw Cyril Gane land some jabs, some hard ones on Ngannou. And Tyson Fury would have a field day with Ngannou. I think he would stop him, and it would be like 5 rounds or less. And I don't think Ngannou would even land them shots because a lot of his shots are so wild. He gets a lot of power on him, but he's even more wild than Deontay, to be honest. I hate to say, to be honest, makes it sound like everything else I said wasn't. But I don't think Ngannou would stand much of a chance with Fury. But Ngannou definitely had Cyril Gane in some awkward positions on the ground. But like I said, it was mainly just resting. The dude was exhausted. And it looked like Cyril Gane had Ngannou's foot in a precarious situation, like he was almost had him to submit, but they were so sweaty at that point, it just slipped right out like he had peanut oil on him or something. But they need to run that back. Ngannou I don't know if he's going to sign back with the UFC or not, but they need to run that back. I think Cyril Gane would win the rematch because, I know I don't know the most about UFC or MMA, but it looked like Cyril Gane's kicks is what made the difference in the fight. He even landed some punches, and they were affecting Ngannou. It was just like Ngannou was just, to me, it's like boxing, and, I'm out punching the dude, and the dude just grabs me and clinches, and they give the fight to the guy that's clinching when I'm landing the punches. It's like, okay, you took him down. Even at one point, Ngannou caught him while he was kicking and took him down, but Cyril Gane took him down once or twice, but then, Ngannou reversed it. And both guys are super strong. Just the fact that Cyril Gane could stand up while Ngannou's on his back like a backpack shows his leg strength. Both guys were huge. I love seeing the heavyweights fight in the UFC or boxing. I prefer boxing definitely, but when two guys like this match up with their history in sparring, Ngannou claims he knocked out Cyril Gane in sparring, and Cyril Gane's like, nah, that ain't true. They were going back and forth about that. Cyril Gane said, like, no, you hit me with a kick that, was a little harder than I thought, and the coach ended it, and he left. But, they got different stories. I don't think he knocked out Cyril Gane. If so, why did he wait so late in the promotion to talk about it? If you had knocked him out, wouldn't you mention that kind of early on? Like when Dillian White said years later that he knocked out Deontay Wilder and he was quivering on the canvas. I'm like, come on, Dillian. If you did that, I'm sure you would have mentioned that a long time ago. But anyway, I thought Cyril Gane should at least gotten a draw. I don't know if the UFC is really trying to promote Francis Ngannou, knowing that he's talking about a fight with Fury and they want a piece of the pie. But I thought the fight could have been a little more action-packed, especially for $75. Cyril Gane actually did better on his stand-up than Ngannou. Ngannou was missing a lot of shots. I thought he hurt Cyril Gane early in the round. Seemed like he got his attention and Cyril Gane started moving around. But 247, excuse me, is a lot of weight to be bouncing around. I know they talk about Cyril Gane likes to, bounce around, and he's real light on his feet. And he's the best mover in heavyweight history. And I think he's got a bright, bright future in the UFC. He's pretty new too. And he took the toughest heavyweight probably of all time and went the distance with him. And like I said, if he didn't win, he at least got a draw. I don't see how that was a unanimous decision at all for Ngannou. I don't see how just laying on top of a guy, just resting is winning a fight. That's just resting. And Cyril Gane landed the effective kicks and spin kicks and fought a John Jones type of fight. He said he modeled his career after John Jones. I'd love to see Cyril Gane and John Jones fight at some point. I'd love to see more John Jones versus Ngannou. See how John Jones can take that punch and seeing how Francis Ngannou can deal with John Jones strikes. But I didn't watch the undercard for UFC 270. Sorry, I'm coughing a lot because I've been doing a lot of talking with all these live fights tonight. But had to talk about the fights. Cyril Gane and Francis Ngannou need to run it back. I didn't watch the undercards. Just was interested in the big guys, So, what did you guys think of UFC 270? Did you think Ngannou did enough to pull it out? Did you think Cyril Gane did? What do you think should be in the future for both? Should Ngannou fight Fury? I think Fury would destroy Ngannou in the boxing ring. It's almost not even up for debate. But Cyril Gane, he's got a bright future. If they run it back, I definitely think Cyril Gane will win. He'll kind of avoid them takedowns and know what to do. I think it threw him off that Ngannou was doing the ground game rather than boxing. He's like, wow, I didn't expect that. But you could definitely see Ngannou was tired. I think if Cyril Gane had pressed the issue when he kind of stunned Ngannou, I think he could have maybe stopped him because he definitely even hit him with a jab that was real stiff and hard. I'm like, keep it up. He was even hitting him to the body. He was fainting. So I think he knows how to fight him now. When I saw their sparring footage, I noticed they were just kind of tapping and going through the motions. They weren't, connecting from what I saw. I don't think Ngannou's team, I think they were mad at Cyril Gane's team for putting out the footage of sparring. Sparring's supposed to remain behind closed doors unless both parties agree to release the footage. But, we're in a different era as far as fighting now. People seem to talk about what happens in the gym, fighters do. I talk about it, I figure why not, Hey, it's practice, and we see practice in the NFL. We see practice in other sports. Why not talk about it, If you get knocked out in the gym, you get knocked out, You're probably working on something and you got caught. But UFC 270, Francis Ngannou defeats Cyril Gane by unanimous decision. And, we'll see what's next for the big dudes. And go check out our live. Well, it was live when we did it. It won't be live when you watch the replay. Over on Andrew Tucker World, go check that out. The Gary Russell McSayo fight that we did live for that in the co-main event, and UFC 270. This is the J. Roos Theory. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and all that. Be fearless. Yeah.